Back out at Jake's this morning, 96.3 WLCN for the cheap seats. We are now joined by Lincoln head football coach, Mr. Jared Shaner. And, Coach, congratulations. The Whalers picking up a victory last night, going on the road down Route 29 to take on Taylorville. Congratulations, a big win for you there, 30-24. I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Josh.
Coach, you went for two after Lincoln chose to go for, Taylorville got the 2 point. Was that something that you wanted? That you had to feel you had to stay with them right away, or you know they could score quite a bit on us?
Yeah, that was kind of the thought there. I decided we'd go for two, and we've struggled kicking the ball, kicking extra points lately. So I felt like we needed to go for two early, and it didn't work out at that point. But eventually down the road, I guess it all turned out all right.
Yeah, sure. With a big Whaler win, 30-24, Lincoln improves to 3-5, 2-5 in the Central State 8. Taylorville falls to 2-6, 2-5 in the Central State 8. Coach. And a lot of Leisinger last night. You're talking passing, rushing. He had the ball and a lot in that game, and he had to be a tired one after the game.
You know what? We were talking about that after the game. What a good kid he is. Some people don't realize that no matter where the ball's out on the field, we ask him to, he runs it quite a bit. He's sprinting out, throwing and things. And then he's got to run over to me, get the play, run back into the huddle, get it all called, get up to the line, and do it all over again in about a 30-second time frame. He did a good job. He struggled a little in the first half, threw a couple balls that, just weren't where they needed to be. We talked about it at halftime, and to his credit, he came out and played well in the second half. And I think it was his high rushing attempts and yards last night. He had, I think, 20 rushes for about 80 yards.
Yeah, 20 rushes for
nice
78 yards. And like you said, even running back and forth and getting the plays every time is going to be tiresome. But, Coach, a lot of offense. 3 fumbles again, I believe, 2 interceptions. You really only lost 1 fumble. You were able to gain those back. But, the defense really was, I think, especially after halftime, you hold Taylorville scoreless through 2 quarters plus an overtime, and had to be a bright spot for you.
It was great. And, you get caught up in the moment of the game, and sometimes you need to be told things after the game that happened or that you didn't quite realize were going on. And, if our stat guys were accurate, which they always are, Taylorville didn't have a first down in the second half.
Really?
They ran 16 plays, and I didn't look exactly, but in those 16 plays, they had to be pretty close to negative yardage. We had a couple big sacks, a couple tackles for loss and things like that in our defense. And, the thing that I'm probably most proud of is it wasn't one kid that was out there making all the plays. We had 4 or 5 different kids who stepped up and made great plays for us last night.
Coach, you maybe the play of the game. Lincoln is on the one, getting ready to score. Sandrolini, who had a great game last night, fumbles on the 1-yard line, and Taylorville gets it, on the one. I'm thinking, I'm listening to Bobby V and the coach, Ken Schweitzer. I'm thinking, well, this is a touchdown. It's on the one. They're going to get it, punch it right in. Your D holds them on the one and actually holds them to a field goal, which might have been the play of the game and might have actually won that game for you, no matter what quarter it was.
Absolutely. That was in the second quarter, I believe. And what a great job by our defense. I think the ball went from being on the one to back on the, I don't know exactly, the 9 or 10 where they attempted the field goal and got it, but that was a huge play for us.
And then you talk about Zach Schlater, an interception of a McDonald, which McDonald's a quarterback for Taylorville. He had an interception from him, and then of course Andy Cruz with the big sack late in the game. In the fourth quarter, I believe. Was it fourth quarter?
It was overtime. Third down and overtime.
Yeah, third down. Andy Cruz says he sees a huge hole and might as well go for the quarterback.
Yep.
So he goes off and was able to take him really to seal up the W.
That was a great play by Andy, and yeah, like you said, just a lot of things going on, a lot of things right in defense in the second half, and a lot of kids, when they have an opportunity, making a play.
Coach, pretty even on the scoring, 6, 6, 6, 6, and 6 in the overtime. You can't ask for much more consistency than that. Taylorville puts up 15 in the first and 9 in the second to make their 24. So Leisinger goes 7 of 21 for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also rushes for 20 rushes and 78 yards. Sandrolini carries the ball 19 times for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. And, of course, that staple that you have had all year, 6 receptions, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Darvez Stansel. How many touchdowns is that for Darvez this year?
I believe Darvez has 12 now this
12.
year.
That's got to be up there in the conferences.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's the receiving-wise the top receiver in the conference in touchdowns and number of catches. I think he has something right around 45 right now, right around there, 43 somewhere in there, and he's a few yards behind a kid from Jacksonville, but just about a trifecta on the
almost a triple crown. Yeah, almost a triple. Is there any way you can keep him back for one more year?
That would be great.
Well, Coach, of course, a big win next week. Who we got next week?
Sacred Heart Griffin.
Yep. At home.
Senior night.
So, of course, a big game. Sacred Heart Griffin coming in. And, that'll be a tough one like it always is.
Sure.
Sacred Heart Griffin is no slouch like they have every year. Lincoln wins 30-24. Rochester just keeps rolling 49-21 over Glenwood. Lanphier 48, Southeast 18, and then there's a couple games also today. So, Coach, anything different that we'll see from the Cyclones that we haven't seen in 12 years?
Yeah, they're very similar. I think this year they like to run it a little bit more. At the beginning of the year they had a little quarterback carousel there. They had two kids coming in and out, but now they've kind of stuck with one kid. They have a big game today. They play Breeze Mater Dei tonight, who's the number 2 team in 4A.
Wow.
Should be a good game, and they're a great football team.
Coach, big day for you, of course. Next Friday, senior night. A number of seniors on this team that you've been with here now 4 years.
Yep.
That you've got a chance to coach, be with in class, see every day throughout the school year and a lot throughout the summer. Not only a day big for the seniors, but a day that is special to you, that you get to see those guys move on and hopefully do well after high school.
Sure, and we've talked about it a little bit, but that's as a coach, that's my ultimate goal. It's I love football, but I think it's maybe a little bigger calling than that. And when you get to see those kids move on and be successful, next Friday will be emotional and it'll be fun.
Yeah, hopefully a big crowd out at Hanlon Field for the senior night. Coach, big win, 30-24 over the Taylorville Tornadoes, and we thank you for stopping in here at Jake's Furnishing. And Cameron, take it.
Alrighty, that is Coach Jared Shader, and Coach invites everyone to come on out to Lincoln High School at the Hanlon Field next weekend, taking on Sacred Heart Griffin. That is senior night, the last home game of the season. Make sure you get on out to that. If you're not able to get on out to the high school to see it, of course, we will have that game for you here on 96.3 with our good buddies Bob Verderber and the coach Ken Schweitzer. And before we go ahead and go here, one thing I would like to mention, as far as the local side of sports goes, Brant Coyne, a senior from Lincoln High School, doing very well in golf this year, tied for 15th place at the IHSA Class 2A golf tournament up at ISU this weekend. So Brant is tied for 15th, so congratulations to him on his success all throughout the season. And fellas, we're going to be out at the Christian Village next week, so we invite all of our listeners to make sure that they tune in next week at the Christian Village. We will also be having volleyball team from Lincoln High School in with us next week as our special guest. Next Saturday, October 23rd, we will be out at the Christian. Wait a minute, that's got that mixed up, don't we? Yeah, we do have it mixed up. Next
23rd.
The 23rd, we will be out at Blades. Sorry about that.
With the volleyball team, though.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
We will have the volleyball team out of Blades next Saturday, the 23rd. The Christian Village is October 30th.
There you go.
So I got kind of jumping ahead of myself here a little bit. But we thank Coach Jared Shader for coming in with us today. And to answer that question real quick, it was 2007,
right,
the last time that Lincoln beat Taylorville.
Yeah, September 14th.
He was the quarterback
that
year. Yep.
September 14th, 2007. Lincoln win 33-26.
That would have been my senior year.
There you go.
Alrighty, so thanks for Coach Jared Shader and for my colleague Josh Komnick and the furniture guy Jake Johnson. We thank you for having us out here today. Jake, always a fun time when we're out here, and we thank you for sitting in on with us a little bit, talking sports action.
It's a good time, man.
Alrighty, we always appreciate it, and thank you to our sponsors, everything. Join us next week out of Blades. This has been the Cheap Seats on 96.3 WLCN. For everyone here, this is Cameron Kurtz thanking you for listening, and we'll see you down the road.